Joining me in studio today are the head coaches of the Essex Ravens Football Club, Glen and Randall Beardy. Gentlemen, thanks for joining the show.
Thank you.
A couple new changes to the organization. The man to your left is now the JV head coach, is Randall Beardy, and of course, Randy, you won a CFL Grey Cup with the Ottawa Redblacks a couple seasons ago. Obviously, a great memory for you. How much does that maybe solidify your want to be a coach one day?
Yeah, my whole kind of goal as a football player was to play as long as I could and then kind of transition into coaching afterwards. So it was nice that as a player in professional ranks I could win soon and then kind of move on to coaching right after. So.
Of course. Tell us a little bit about how much that Grey Cup experience gives you so much that you can teach these kids at such a young age. We know that JV, 14, 15 years old, right, coach, or 15, 16 years old, very impressionable young men. How much does that maybe serve as a beacon of what you can achieve if you keep your mind to it?
Yeah, I think a lot of these guys are still developing, right, physically. So for them, it's a good opportunity to kind of understand that they can start working earlier on their goals and stuff like that. Because a lot of guys they won't start until their upper years of high school or even into university. So motivation or inspiration that way, it's nice. And then also I can kind of bring some of the CFL game and verbiage to them and expose them to a lot of things that otherwise they wouldn't be exposed to.
What do you like about your squad that you see so far from the varsity rank?
Overall, real excited about the group of kids we have. We're very, very talented all over the place. Now we just got to put it all together and get rolling.
The Women's Football Alliance, or the WFA, has over 62 teams playing in North America, and 3 Windsorites are on the Detroit Dark Angels just across the border. So 2 of them are in studio today, and they're Becca, Luden, and Emilie, Hallee. So thank you very much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Tell us a little bit about how you first got introduced to the game and maybe a little bit about your journey. How about you, Emilie?
So I got involved after I finished my career with the Lancers for track and field. I was a sprinter under Dennis Farrell. So I started with the Lance Hers. I knew quite a few of the football guys. One you interviewed earlier, Randy Beardy. So they kind of encouraged me to come over with my speed from track. And then after that, one of our old teammates, Tessa Sharman, had kind of approached me about going to see this Detroit Dark Angels tackle team. Went to one practice, and then that pretty much was it. Sealed the deal for me. So I've been playing for 4 years now.
Wow, and it all started because you were introduced to the game at the University of Windsor. The Lance Her team is a women's flag football team that's a club team that's put on every single year. And Becca, that's also how you got involved. You were involved in flag a little bit before that, but their first team aspect was with the Lance Hers, correct?
Yes. So I played rec leagues when I was living in Niagara. I played flag there, and then when I moved here, I decided to go back to school, and then I played for the Lance Hers. And then one of the other girls on the team messaged me on Instagram and was like, hey, you should come out and try tackle. So I was like, okay. So again, I went to one practice and I was like, yeah.
How difficult was it for you, Emilie? You're a trackster, sprinter. Yeah. Was it a tough transition to football to go from the track to the turf?
Definitely. So everyone always jokes when you're doing track, it's run fast, turn left. Well, there's a bit more involved when you're doing football. So cutting, not even just going forwards when you're playing DB, obviously going backwards. So it was definitely a learning curve. But the speed aspect from my years of track definitely helped me out on that part. Yeah.
What kind of regular season do you guys have, or when can we expect maybe some big games, some playoff games, kind of like that?
So our season has started. We're 2-1. So it started April 7th. Our last game was June 7th, I believe. Yeah. But our last and only home game left is May 26th. So if anyone wants to check it out, it's at the old Southfield Lathrop High School. But then I think we're sitting in a good position to make playoffs this year, which is the first time we would make playoffs with myself being on the team anyway. So I'm really excited. I think we can go 6-2 at least for the season. So it sets us up really well.
Oh. That's really exciting, and we're really excited that a number of Windsorites are on the Detroit Dark Angels. Once again, their next home game is May 26th. Make sure you visit them. Is there a website that we can get some more information?
Yeah, DetroitDarkAngels.com.
Perfect. Becca, Emilie, thank you so much for being here and teaching us about the Detroit Dark Angels and women's football in Canada.
Thanks for having us.
You're very welcome.